Hello everyone and welcome to episode 2 of the How to Solo Over Almost Anything series. In the last video we learned about the A minor scale and we practiced soloing using the A minor scale. This video is going to be very simple because we're going to take that same exact scale, those same notes, and use them to play on top of something else. To quickly refresh everyone's memory, the scale sounds like this. And I'm going back down. And if you don't know that, you need to go back and watch the first video because you're coming in on the second video and that makes no sense, my friend. So we're going to take that same scale and use it to play over something that's not in A minor, something that's in C major. Once again, you have no idea what this means, but we're going to take these notes and use them to play over something in C major. You might say to yourself, well, that was a short video. Well, there is one thing that's going to change. The notes themselves stay the same, but which notes function as the root notes is going to change. So if you remember, with A minor, our root notes were these A's. So we had this A right here on the 5th fret, this other A on the 7th fret, this other A on the 5th fret. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go watch the first video. Now our root notes are going to change. So now we're playing these same notes right here, but the root notes are going to be these. The 8th fret on the 6th string, that's a C. We're going to use these notes to play in C major, so that C is going to function as a root note. The 5th fret of the 3rd string, that is also a C, which will be a root note in the key of C. And the 8th fret of the 1st string, that is also a C. All three of those are Cs. The 8th fret of the 6th string, the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and the 8th fret of the 1st string. So when you are playing in the key of C major, using these notes to play in the key of C major, and you are soloing, you can use those notes to function kind of as periods at the end of your musical sentences to kind of bring about resolution to what you are doing. So I have created a very simple backing track in the key of C major, and I'm going to give you some examples of how you can create musical phrases with these notes and then land on those Cs to bring about resolution. So I'm going to use those same notes and try to land on Cs to end my phrases on Cs, those root notes that I showed you. So here we go. I'm going to start on this 5th fret of the 2nd string and doodle around and try to make my way to the 5th fret of the 3rd string. And I did. I landed right there on that C, on that root note, on the 3rd fret, the 3rd string, 5th fret. I'm going to do the same thing, starting on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, but working my way up to the 8th fret of the 1st string, which is another root note. You can see how it kind of brings about that resolution. You don't always have to land on a root note. Sometimes you don't want resolution. Sometimes you want to kind of keep the tension going. But that is a concept that we need to understand as we are learning to solo. So at least at the beginning, I want you guys to know that that is where resolution and conclusion and periods happen. Here we go. There's a little root note right there. So that is all I really have to tell you guys today. You might think that is a really short video. Did you really have to make a whole video for just that? Well, maybe not. But this is something that you should practice a lot. So you need to practice what I showed you in the last video where you land on the A's and you use this as like a minor scale, and then you need to practice this a lot. So before you move on to the next thing, you need to get this down. So I am going to bring back that track. You guys can practice on top of that, and once you really feel like you're starting to understand it and really starting to be able to play what you want to play and land on the right places and stuff, once you're starting to get that under your fingers, then you can move on to the next video where we will learn something a little bit more complicated. In the meantime, if you like the video, subscribe, leave all your comments. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below or send a private message to me. If you have any ideas for something you want to see on this channel, you can send that to me as well. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Let's bring back the track.